deserve it.
I really think that anybody deserves to die, to be honest. I would prefer it if he were to go in lifetime imprisonment or something like that.
So from your angle, you're more on the view of the other countries, like, for instance, the EU and America, who are saying that he shouldn't have been killed. He should have instead been put in front of a criminal court of justice where he's brought to sentence for all his crimes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I completely agree with them on that point, because...
So how do you think his death has affected the country then? Considering they've been in turmoil under his reign for years, how do you think it's going to go for them now that he's gone and they're free to an extent?
Well, I would really like for them to start their own democracy, but the problem is it's the same with Egypt. As soon as Mubarak was gone, they had a lot of difficulty starting a democracy, and it's still not that much better, and it's been a while. I'm not really sure it's going to get much better, to be honest.
Yeah, as I was reading before, we've had our forces in particular pull out of the country because he's dead, so they don't feel they need to be there. As far as other people's opinions go, they feel that the country will become a lot more unstabilised with no military presence. What do you think to that?
I think a military presence really would help them get things along, because without one, it would be hard to keep things in order. There'll be different groups trying to take control at the same time, and it will probably start another few battles or something.
Yeah, but surely to that extent as well, maybe it's better if the forces weren't there, because they've been under military regime for the last 5 or 6 years. So maybe as far as they're concerned, it's their turn to sort it out rather than, say, the US or the EU.
I guess, yeah, but it's going to be very difficult for them all to agree on one thing to do, because without at least someone to help them at least vote on things, it's just going to be mayhem, really.
It's basically just going to become a free country, free for all. There'll still be some military elements, there'll still be some pro-Gaddafi people, and as far as we're concerned, it could well just result into another war until it's resolved. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you think if the evidence is correct and the rebels did in fact shoot Gaddafi while he was hiding in the drainage pipe, do you think this is right?
Now, do I think that that's correct, or if it was morally...
Both. As far as the country's concerned, do you think it was the right move, but more from a human perspective, considering as far as the reports go, they didn't give him any chance to surrender, they just shot him and then dragged his body through the streets?
Yeah, I think it was very barbaric of them to just kill him when he was hiding, because it's the whole reason we have courts, really, isn't it? Because, like, if you just take the law into your own hands, it ends up someone else would be like, oh, I can take the law into my own hands, and it would just end up complete chaos. I really think he should have been at least captured and in court, yeah.
I think as far as that's concerned as well, considering what some more of the human rights people were saying, is that even Gaddafi did have a family, and despite the Islamic laws, or whatever they are for marriage and that kind of thing, there must have been someone out there who either liked him or loved him. So shooting him in the face in a drainage pipe may not have been the best move when it comes to that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, because I view, as far as I see it, everyone's equal, like, no matter what they do. Like, he should be treated the same way as, like, a criminal on the street should, really, in court.
Okay, so what do you think of the kind of the parading of his body afterwards? Surely that's not right when you're, even the worst things that happen in war, but to see a man being dragged through the streets by the protesters, how do you think that comes across to other countries?
I really don't think it will give them a good image at all, because it was their chance to show that they were better than Gaddafi, but they've just shown they're kind of on the same level as him. Well,
yeah, I agree with that. Thank you for your talk. Is there anything else you'd like to point out? Okay, thanks a lot. This is John Durkan. This was my interview for Video Audio Journalism.